Welcome to the deep dive. So imagine this. A brilliant scientist, maybe they're right on the edge of a huge medical breakthrough,
Yeah, you can picture it.
but their research just stalls for years sometimes. And it's not because the science is bad or, the idea is flawed.
It's the system itself.
Exactly. It's endless grant applications, maybe institutional biases kicking in or critical data just locked up, expensive paywalls.
It's a massive bottleneck.
Yeah, it's
Frustrating.
totally frustrating. Now, we've all heard about crypto, right? How it's changing art, finance, even gaming.
Oh, yeah. NFTs, DeFi, it's everywhere.
But what if I told you the next really big revolution isn't just digital monkeys or decentralized exchanges?
Okay, where are you going with this?
What if it's something way more fundamental, like scientific discovery itself?
You're talking about DeSci.
Precisely.
Huh?
Today, we're diving deep into decentralized science, DeSci for short. We're looking at how it's using, blockchain tech to tackle some of the biggest, most stubborn problems in scientific research.
Problems that have been around for a long time.
They really have. So why is this needed? Why this revolution now? Okay, let's unpack the current system first.
Yeah, let's set the scene.
When you think about the traditional model, the way science usually gets done, it kind of feels like a relay race in slow motion, doesn't it?
That's a good way to put it, yeah.
A researcher, they have this potentially world-changing idea. Then they spend months, maybe years,
Easily years.
just writing grant proposals, sending them off to government bodies, big institutions, and then they wait.
And wait. And hope.
And it's not just agonizingly slow. The whole process, it can be really biased, often towards the big names, the established researchers.
Right, makes it super tough for new people, early career scientists.
Or just unconventional ideas. Promising stuff might just wither on the vine because it doesn't fit the current mold,
We lose out on potential breakthroughs that way, definitely.
We really might be. And then, even if they get funding, get results. There's the data problem.
Yes, the access issue.
The study gets published, great. But the raw data, the stuff that often public funds paid to collect,
Locked away.
locked behind super expensive journal paywalls. It's like, imagine funding a public library, but then charging a fortune to read any of the books inside.
Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense when you put it like that. And what's really striking, I think, is how these aren't just like minor annoyances.
No, they're structural.
Exactly. These structural issues actively slow down innovation. They limit who gets to see vital knowledge.
It impacts everyone.
It really does. It's not just about researchers feeling frustrated, though they definitely are. It's about the whole pace of scientific progress getting hampered.
Right.
Think about the wasted effort. The discoveries may be lost because a brilliant idea from, say, an underrepresented group or a totally new field just doesn't get a fair hearing.
Yeah.
It just builds these walls, barriers to progress, barriers to transparency. It holds us all back.
Okay, so that's the problem. And DeSci is basically saying we can fix this.
It's aiming to, it's this emerging global movement.
And it's using the tools from the crypto world, right?
Yeah.
You mentioned blockchain.
Right. Blockchain, smart contracts, those decentralized autonomous organizations, DAOs.
Okay.
It's leveraging all that tech to try and build something different, a more open system, more efficient, definitely more transparent.
An ecosystem for science.
That's the goal, yeah.
So, okay, that sounds great in theory, but what does this actually look like? For that scientist trying to make a breakthrough, how does it work in practice?
Well, let's take your example. That young scientist, maybe she has a really groundbreaking idea about a rare disease.
Okay.
In the old system, she's stuck, applying to dozens of places, maybe facing years of no.
Right, the slow grind.
With DeSci, she could craft her detailed research proposal, lay out the plan, the budget,
And put it where?
directly onto a DeSci platform.
Yeah.
And this isn't just like a GoFundMe page. It's built on a smart contract.
Ah, the contract thing. Okay.
Yeah, that contract is designed specifically to govern her project.
Yeah.
Then, instead of waiting for some
If
committee.
it goes directly to the crowd.
Exactly. She can crowdfund her research using crypto tokens from anyone, anywhere in the world.
Wow.
And what's really fascinating, I think, is who these funders often are. They aren't always just VCs looking for a quick buck.
No. Who then?
Often, they're patient advocates, people who desperately need a cure for that disease.
Yeah.
Other scientists who see the potential, or just, curious folks who believe in open science.
People who want to see that specific problem solved.
Precisely. It shifts the power,
Yeah.
away from just the institutions.
That is a massive shift, especially in how funding is managed. And I can see how that hits the transparency point hard.
Totally.
And this is where I think DeSci gets really interesting. That funding isn't just like a check dropped in her lap, right?
No, not usually. It's often staged.
Staged.
At least in phases. And those phases are tied meticulously to specific milestones, the ones outlined in that smart contract.
Okay, give me an example.
All right. So, did the scientists successfully finish phase 1 of the lab work? Is there a way to verify that, maybe on-chain or through some agreed method?
Like an oracle or something.
It could be, yeah. If the milestone is met and verified, bam, the smart contract automatically releases the next batch of funds.
Without needing someone to sign off?
Largely, yes. It creates this unprecedented level of accountability. It directly links the money to actual, tangible progress.
And cuts out the bureaucracy.
Right. All without the crazy red tape and administrative overhead you get with traditional grants. It's much more direct idea to funding to execution.
That makes a lot of sense. Much more efficient.
Exactly. And that transparency, it goes way beyond just the money.
Okay.
DeSci platforms can use the blockchain to make everything transparent and immutable. The research data itself, the methods they use, the results, even potentially the intellectual property.
Wow. Okay, so it's not just publishing a paper like a PDF that sits somewhere.
Think of it more like a living record on the blockchain. Every step of the method, verifiable by anyone, anywhere.
That sounds huge.
The trust, right?
Absolutely huge. It directly combats fraud. It can massively speed up peer review because the data's just there. Openly accessible.
Yep. And it ensures the public, who, again, often paid for this research, actually gets access to the information that could, change lives.
It's democratizing the knowledge itself.
That's a great way to put it, yes.
And speaking of intellectual property, you mentioned that. I've heard some DeSci projects are doing really cutting-edge stuff there, using NFTs.
That's right. It sounds a bit wild at first, maybe.
A little bit, yeah. NFTs for IP.
But think about it. It could be a real game changer.
Yeah.
Instead of one university or one big pharma company owning a patent completely,
Right.
an NFT, or a set of tokens, could represent fractional ownership of that IP.
So, the scientists could own a piece.
The scientists, the community members who funded it through crypto, maybe even the patient groups who supported it.
They could all share in the success.
Yeah.
Future royalties.
Exactly. Imagine that. It completely flips the script on who benefits from scientific breakthroughs.
That could seriously incentivize collaboration in a whole new way.
It really could. Now look, it's a big, ambitious idea. We have to be honest. It's early days.
Very early days for DeSci still. There's a lot to figure out.
Sure.
But the potential, it's just staggering. If we connect this to the bigger picture, DeSci could truly democratize funding access. It could break down those awful data silos we talked about.
Foster a new kind of science.
Yeah, a new era. Collaborative open source science.
Yeah.
Where progress isn't just dictated by, the usual gatekeepers.
But by collective intelligence.
Yeah.
Shared goals.
That's the vision, of course. It raises important questions, too.
Like what?
Well, governance, for one. How do you manage these decentralized projects effectively? And crucially, how do you maintain rigorous scientific standards, the quality control we rely on, without that traditional oversight?
Right. Quality is key. Can't lose that.
Absolutely not. It's a challenge, no doubt. But one with potentially immense rewards if we get it right.
So, okay. The next time you hear about crypto buzzing around, maybe remember it's not just about price charts and trading bots.
There's more to it. There might be a lot more. It might just hold a key to unlocking the next huge scientific breakthrough by, streamlining a system that feels pretty overdue for an overhaul.
It certainly feels that way sometimes.
Makes you wonder, doesn't it? What surprising connections are you seeing out there? Between fields that seem totally separate in your own work, maybe, or just things you're interested in.
Yeah, where else could these kinds of ideas pop up?
Definitely something to think about. Keep exploring those unexpected intersections.